Hey everybody, this is Brian with Bear Cards 34. Today we're going to be doing a Throwback Thaturday, but before I begin with that, I wanted to show off this card for those of you who didn't see my last video. I got a rack from Ed from Angry Old Man, and for those who don't know, a rack is a random act of kindness. He sent me this authentic game-worn Walter Payton Feel the Game. Really beautiful card. One of my new favorites for sure for the collection. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and rip 1992 first edition collector cards for NFL Primetime Skybox. I'm pretty excited about this rip because this was actually one of my favorite products as a kid. It came out in 1992, which is not a very strong draft class. There are 36 packs in here. I'm going to try to do the whole thing today, but if it seems like it's taking a long time, then maybe I'll break it into two. So you got the limited edition collector cards, factory sealed, primetime of 200,000. Now, maybe these are limited edition for 1992 compared to other sets, although they're still, I'm sure, extremely overproduced, just like everything was back then. But I've got to tell you, I love this set. I love the look of the cards, the design. Great players in here, Hall of Famers. The 92 rookie class was not very good at all, unfortunately. There are a few, and they made coaches cards for these too. Now I'm really anxious to see if these cards are going to stick like crazy or not. They look okay. So this right here is an example of the rookie card. I really like the backgrounds with the player up front. They even tell you what round and what pick of the round. So this right here, Curtis Whitley, right here for the Chargers. So that's a good example of a rookie card. Another nice thing is they have these team MVPs. Now there are a handful like Barry Sanders where they don't have the image. It's just a couple random kind of cheesy 90s CGI type look images on the card. And then they also have these what are called poster cards. Now they are part of the set, but it's kind of a little subset to that. So this is Louis Oliver and the late Jarvis Williams and B-2 Bombers for the Miami Dolphins. And then the late Sam Mills right here. This is a typical example of just the base card. Similar to the rookie card, they just don't have, obviously, the draft information. But I like with the name, the number, and then on the back, they usually have some really nice photos here, along with statistics. So anyway, that's what we can kind of expect. And these cards do not fill all brick together. I think there might be just a tiny bit of stick. Hopefully this will be the case for the whole pack, or the whole box. Neil Anderson of the Bears had quite a nice career for a while. Then we've got a Benny Blades. We've got a rookie card of Larry Webster. And I like that this included a lot of the later round draft picks as well. Henry Ellard, who ought to be in the Hall of Fame. Ed West of the Packers. Percy Snow. Really high round pick early, but had some injuries, so never really made it too far. And the late Chester McLaughlin, first rounder, pick 16 for the Raiders. So there's our pack number one. I purchased some of these cards as a kid, and part of the reason I decided to purchase this box to do a throwback video for was because I didn't get a lot of them. I remember, I was just a kid, but I remember that when this brand came out, the Primetime, they did not have, or I did not have a ton of money. I'd already spent a lot of money on Pro Set and Score and all of those things. Dan Marino, Armed and Dangerous poster card. Very 90s. And so anyway, I only purchased, I think, ooh, this is pretty cool. Okay, interesting though. Okay, so this is there's a foil variation that you can get, but you can see here the foil. I have a few foil cards. This does not look like the typical foil. I don't know if the age and in the pack created that look. So it's a little bit off from normal, but there's the Primetime. So the foil cards are nice, though, when you get those. But anyway, I didn't have a lot of money by the time these came out. And so I purchased a handful of packs. I probably have about 25% of this set. So I thought it'd be fun to get this box and kind of add to my set and see how close I can get. Mark Murphy, who is now the general manager of the Packers. Robert Del Pino, and you'll see coaches cards right here. You've got a Ted Marchibroda. There's a nice one right there. We got Steve Young, Hall of Famer. Played his college ball at BYU, which is in my home state of Utah. Mark Carrier of the Bears, who had a good career, especially his first few seasons where he made back-to-back Pro Bowls. And then we've got Joe Montana, Sweet 16. How nice would that be to have two Hall of Famers at quarterback at the same time on your team? Broderick Thomas, team MVP. And then we've got a rookie card of Paul Seaver. All right. Some of these packs are a little easier to open than others. All right, we got a Mark Thomas rookie card of the 49ers. Mark Rippon, team MVP for Washington. There's a nice Jerry Rice poster card. Very cool. Fred McAfee, 49ers hot box so far. Steve McMichael, great player for the Bears. He's dealing with ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease now. I know that's a hard thing for him to be going through. Then we've got Don Shula's son, Dave Shula, his rookie head coach card. Things did not work out too well with him there. Willie Flipper Anderson. We've got a Marco Coleman rookie card, 12th pick of the draft. Michael Haynes. And we've got an Ernest Biner. I really liked him. And Brian Noble. All right, next up. So at the time of recording this, the National is taking place in Chicago, where I would love to be. I know a lot of my friends in the card community are out there and having a good time. So if you guys want to check some of those videos out on YouTube, you could search for 2021 National, and there's some definitely good videos out there. So here's a nice one. Bill Cowher rookie card as head coach of the Steelers. He had quite the nice coaching career. Tony Mandrich, one of the bigger busts. Jerry Rice. So, so you can get poster cards of players and also their base card. So you see those right here. And it really is a shame about that Primetime. I mean, that's still a nice looking card. But yeah, that silver just looks a little like almost damaged with condensation or something. Anyway, still a nice looking card though. Jim Harbaugh. Gene Atkins. I think that's Geno Atkins' father. I'm pretty sure. Tim Rosenbach. And Wendell Davis, team MVP, with the bear in the background. So if you guys watch this video, let me know if any of you ever ripped this back in the day, or even nowadays, So this would have been a really nice card to pull back then. Steve Empman was the first pick of the first round. He had a good rookie year, but then he had some injuries and things just never really materialized too much after that for him. But that's a good example when you look at Dennis Green, head coach rookie card. When you look at the cards of today, think of how much people are going to be selling, the top 5, top 10 players picked, any first rounder really, and the prices of those go for. And then, you look 10, 20 years later, a lot of these guys will not really pan out the way we're hoping. Bart Oates, Utah, BYU connection. Thurman Thomas, that's a nice team MVP card. And Eric Swan. So it's one of those things where I always say, collect what you love, and you'll never be disappointed. Very rarely disappointed anyway. Because, if you completely invest in just the top pick, the top 10, a lot of those won't pan out. But if you go for the players you love, for me, that's Chicago Bears players, players who have a connection to the state of Utah since we don't have a pro team here, things like that. Leonard Marshall. There's a Mike Holmgren rookie head coach card. That's another nice one right there. And then we've got a Joe Montana. Very cool. I know I didn't have that card from back in the day. And a William Perry. Look at that. And here's what's funny. This is a big guy. He was fast. If you want to check him out, go look at some of the highlights of him. He could run. No joke. He's a big guy, but he could run. Now, interestingly, the Colts, they picked Empman number 1, and then they picked Quentin Corey at number 2. Again, he was a fine player, but nothing major. And so, they have the first pick, the second pick of the draft, and neither of them really ever became stars in the league whatsoever. But like I said, the 92 draft was not the greatest. Deion Sanders, and then a Primetime Eagles card. In fact, that Eagles card, it's a checklist, and there's a front and back. So, for example, right here, Steelers, right? And then on the front is the Chargers. So, back-to-back checklists. Okay, Anthony Thompson, Patrick Rowe, rookie. And then we've got, the cards are a little bit stuck together. Ronnie Lott, Lawrence Taylor. We've got a Tom Flores, and you can see on this card, a little bit of the shine has been kind of pulled off just a bit. And that's what you're going to kind of run into with cards from this era with the gloss every once in a while. You're going to get cards that get stuck together. These ones are not super stuck together, just very lightly, but occasionally some of the finish will come off, and that's a risk you run. Which again is one of those things where, Dan Marino, very nice. It's just kind of, you just never know. I opened a box of Wild Card, and they weren't really stuck together too badly at all. And I was expecting, because I had seen some videos where they were just bricks. So sometimes you just don't know. Part of it is the climate. And for Charles Haley, just as he transitioned from the Niners to the Cowboys. There's a nice one. Mike Singletary. Very cool. Now here's the normal Primetime. So again, you can kind of see the card you're looking for. The more rare or valuable is this one with the silver on it. But again, that silver does not look the way the other cards I have like this look. So we'll see if we pull any other silvers. The late, great Derek Thomas. And a Leonard Wheeler rookie card. So hopefully we'll pull some more of those randomly inserted hologram cards, or whatever they call them. And hopefully it'll have a cleaner look. Dwight Stone. Lawrence Taylor, team MVP. Jesse Hester. We've got a few cards stuck together just a touch. And they're all like backwards and stuff too. Keith Byers and Jacob Green. We've got Hall of Famer Andre Reed. We've got Eric Metcalf. A rookie card of Darrell Williams. Nice Troy Aikman. That's a good one right there. And we've got Hall of Famer Anthony Carter. And Hall of Very Good Ernest Gibbons. Cool. Oh, no, wait. I'm thinking of Chris Carter, the Hall of Famer. But Anthony Carter is very good in his own right. Played in the USFL a little bit, and then played with the 49ers, or with the Vikings for quite a while. John Fina, first round pick of the Bills. We've got an Alvin Harper. Jack Del Rio and Lamar Lathan. Michael Young. Hall of Famer Jim Kelly. It's a nice card. We've got Ray Crockett, along with Dwayne Harper and Ron Stark. And then this is an example right here that I mentioned before, where a few of these team MVPs, they don't have the image. So you got a number and a couple cheesy 90s logos. Neil O'Donnell and a team checklist. And then the important checklist is right here. I know it's probably one that you guys have all been waiting for. Chicago Bears checklist. And then we've got here's a great one. DeMonte Dawson, one of the greats. And again, right here, Seth Joyner. No picture on that one. Clarence Verdin. Brian Blades, who was a very good receiver back in the day, along with Brett Perryman, whose son played, or maybe it was his nephew. The great James Lofton. Leroy Horde. Got a Robert Porcher, first round rookie card. Nick Lowry. The great Chris Dolman. And Ray Childress. Another former All-Pro right there, Ray Childress. All right. So let me know, what do you guys think of these cards? I like the look. I think they're pretty sharp. Now here's Chris Carter. There we go. That's the one we were referring to earlier. Barry Word had a couple really nice years. They had Barry Word and Christian Okoye. That would have been a powerful backfield. Vance Johnson, Tim McGee, Jerry Ball. Got a Jeff Bryant. He was quite good for a lot of years for the Seahawks. The great Bruce Smith, all-time sack leader. And here's a poster card of Troy Aikman, strong arm of the law, along with tight end Eric Green, and a rookie card of Ray Etheridge, third-round pick, receiver for the Chargers. We got a Tom Malinsky, rookie card. Carnell Lake. Emmett Smith, catch 22. Nice card there. Then we've got a Thurman Thomas right behind that. Very cool. John L. Williams and Eric Kramer. We got a Cornelius Bennett. David Treadwell. I think he was a Pro Bowler after his rookie season for the Broncos. Paul Gruber. Harvey Williams. Al Noga. And then a Dale Carter rookie card. 20th pick of the first round. All right. We've got an Alonzo Spellman, pick number 22 for the Bears. Mike Merriweather. These cards are all over the place, aren't they? Christian Okoye, he was great. Nigerian Nightmare. Lawrence Dossie. John Elway. Always good to get an Elway card. David Fulcher. I really liked David Fulcher when he was playing. William White. We got a Dan McGuire. This is the brother of Mark McGuire right here. At the time, he was the tallest quarterback, playing 6'8". Charles Mann, excellent player. All right, Moonlighting, Warren Moon, poster card. Greg Lloyd. And a Chris Crooms. Never heard of that guy. 5th round draft pick. All right, next up. Ooh, this would have been a big card back in the day. And again, this is part of that, collector beware if you're, looking at it just to try to invest long term. Here's the 6th pick of the draft. Everybody kind of thought he was a shoo-in, and he was a major bust. But that would have been a huge card to pull back in the day. Michael Irvin, playmaker. Alan Pinkett. We've got an Andy Heck. Had a little bit of a stint with the Chicago Bears, along with Herman Moore, very good player. Boomer Esiason. He was pretty popular when I was a kid. Gaston Green. Vinny Testaverde. The great Derek Thomas. Rich Gannon. And a Kevin Smith, 17th pick of the first round for the Dallas Cowboys. I think what we're going to do is we're about 20 minutes in, and I have 2 packs until I'm halfway. Dana Hall, 18th pick. I think, Roger Craig, I think what I'll do is I'll break this in half, and I'll do half now, and then I'll do the other half later. Another John Elway. Harold Green. Mel Gray, he was a really good return man. And a few Hall of Famers in a row right here. We've got 3 defensive Hall of Famers. Cortez Kennedy, Ricky Jackson, and then you got the poster card of Derek Thomas. It's a nice card right there. All right, Kansas City Chief, Derek Thomas. You got Greg Lloyd. And then this is an error card, actually. So it says Shane Collins, but this is Desmond Howard. So it's a picture. It's an image of Desmond Howard, but it's Shane Collins' card. So I believe it's an uncorrected error. I don't think they ever changed that. I know that this set also has some cards that were misnumbered, which caused some confusion as well. Ronnie Harmon, Team MVP. All right, we got the Nigerian Nightmare, Christian Okoye, poster card. It's pretty cool. Bronco fans may not like that, though. Eric Martin. We've got a Mark Bortz. He was a great one for the Bears for a long time. Rodney Peete. And then we've got a rookie card of Todd Collins, 3rd round, 8th pick. Pat Terrell. Mike Tomczak. He was a Bear player, but he was never really my favorite. I think I just didn't want him in the game. I always wanted McMahon, and when McMahon and Ditka had some arguments back and forth, Tomczak seemed to be kind of the guy who would kind of get in the middle of it, and so I kind of just didn't like him. I had no real reason why. So him going to the Packers is pretty fitting. All right, so for this first half, and I mean, there were some other good ones I didn't put in here, but I got a couple of John Elways, Derek Thomas, these cool poster cards. Again, just some nice Hall of Famers, some nice cards here. And again, some of the Hall of Famers I didn't put in here. The Primetime, had it been a little nicer, you know, again, it's still a nice card, but had this not been kind of faded, that definitely would have been my favorite pull of the first portion here. But again, I got a Montana, Holmgren rookie, Jerry Rice's, a Cower rookie, which is pretty cool, Montana. So there's some nice fun cards in here. So that is the first half. I will open the second half. It will be a much shorter video, but I'll just kind of jump in and rip those later for the second half. Anyway, for those of you who stuck around and watched that, I appreciate your time. I'll be back with more videos in the near future. Take care.